cannot believe you are going through with this.
Well, I can't stop now.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
The press is going to crucify you.
Well, you know, some people believe the point of becoming an actor is to open yourself up for discussion. I believe that some people are going to call me a visionary.
People are going to call you a nut.
What visionary hasn't been called a nut?
Do I have to go?
Yes, it is opening night. And not only that, you are my wife and you are the executive director of the theater.
Can't you just tell them I'm sick?
No, I cannot. You are not sick. You're just nervous.
Oh, of course, I'm nervous. It is 2016, and you are about to go out onto that stage in blackface.
It's not blackface. I am playing a classic character in a classic play.
A black character. Othello is black.
He is a Moor. It doesn't necessarily mean black. He's not black. He's a Moor.
And what is a Moor?
I have told you this 1,000 times. In Shakespeare terms, a Moor merely represents an Arab who has come from northern Africa, who has settled in Spain. It denotes a different type of race, but not necessarily black.
It has long been established and accepted that Othello is black.
Well, then I'm just breaking with the establishment, cutting my own path.
You just want to capitalize on the press. There are already a dozen online articles about your choice.
There's no press. That is bad press. And besides, everybody's talking about the show. And it hasn't hurt ticket sales at all.
So, this is just a publicity stunt. You're willing to risk the theater that you and I built together on a stunt?
Oh, you know me better than that. Othello is one of my favorite plays. It is one of my favorite characters of all of Shakespeare.
How can that be? He doesn't compare to half of Shakespeare's heroes, let alone the villains.
We've been over this 1,000 times.
I know, but when we were in college, you said you had come to grips with the fact that you could never play Othello. You said it.
Yes, it seemed impossible.
Not impossible. Disrespectful.
To whom? Who am I disrespected by playing Othello?
There are many black actors in our community who would be amazing as Othello.
Don't deny that.
Yet you decided to take the role without even auditioning it. You decided to produce this show against the protestations of all of our friends and colleagues. And you have dodged the question of why you, as the whitest man I know, is determined to insult our entire theatrical community with his vision of Othello.
I have played Iago 3 times.
I know. I was there each time.
And he is an amazing creation. He is a character of deceit and intrigue and has so much venom in him.
I know. I don't need a Shakespeare lesson.
I know. But every time I played Iago, I stood next to Othello. Oh, and I just marveled at him. All that power and sheer force. It was beautiful to watch him. And even though he had all that passion and strength, he just ripped apart everything in his path and ruined everything. Everything.
And that's a good thing?
No, it's not a good thing. But it was awesome.
You could just buy a sports car.
What?
It's what most men do with their midlife crisis.
This isn't a midlife crisis.
Oh, really? You feel powerless, impotent. You're filled with rage that accomplishes nothing, not even a bad thing.
No, you're twisting this all around.
No. You have stood on stage after stage wishing you could be the force of nature, wishing you could be the destroyer with a power so great that everyone sought to manipulate you. You are tired of being an ineffectual little man with an ineffectual little life. Woo!
Wow. How long have you been holding that in?
Years.
Well, you're wrong. It's not a question of power or lack of that. I mean, I have all the power I want. I'm the director. I call all the shots at everything I do on stage. I say what I'm going to do. I approve of everything. Every vision of mine is just carried out to my commands. I have complete control. And that's it right there. Sometimes complete control and too much control can be a burden. It can bind your hands and weigh you down and make you slowly gnaw at the things that you want just to hold on to the things that you have. It makes things dull and safe. You lose your passion for things. You lose your teeth.
It has been a while since anyone told us we couldn't or shouldn't do something.
Exactly. Remember when we first started out? No one believed in us. They told us we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. Everything was an uphill battle. To tell you the truth, it's been a long time since I feel as though I've done anything meaningful. Everything's been so sterile and predictable. Sure, everything's great. We get good reviews, we get the pats on the back. We make ourselves passive artists. We create easy things.
You should have played Henry V, the king who longs to be with the ranks in the thrill of the fight.
I don't feel like a king.
Well, you are one. And I think that it's something you've lost sight of. You have responsibilities. People depend on you. I depend on you. You're risking an awful lot just for the thrill of a conflict.
Do you remember when you wanted to be Hamlet?
Oh, God.
No. Do you remember? We plotted this whole thing out and talked in detail about it. We thought of the best way to portray Hamlet as a woman.
It was an academic exercise. It wasn't supposed to be real.
We were cowards. We said it wasn't possible and we didn't even try.
It was juvenile.
It was brilliant. Ophelia is having a love affair who she thinks is Prince Hamlet, who she thinks is a guy, but really is a girl pretending to be a guy. And this girl killed her father. I mean, it makes more sense of why she went insane.
It was a daydream.
Didn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. We could still do it.
I have no desire to be Hamlet.
Well, what about producing the gender bender Hamlet?
You're nuts!
I'm tired of conforming. I'm tired of being reliable. I want to be threatening. I want to be dangerous.
And being racist was the best you could come up with?
It's a start. No, I don't think it's racist. It's not racist. I don't believe it's racist. If we just stay in this comfort zone, we lose that little bit of fire.
Fires burn out.
You don't have to.
I think it's natural.
No, you have to feed the fire. A fire can last as long as you want. A fire can get as big as you want, as long as you don't lose the fire.
Are you accusing me of not feeding the fire? Because I feed the fire. I eat, sleep, and breathe feeding the fire. I handle the books. I arrange the benefits. I keep the board off your back when you go off the reservation. I feed the fire.
Wrong fire. Just listen to you. You sound like those stuffy old theater people that laughed at us when we first started out.
We weren't paying our bills then. We were just amateurs pretending to be professionals. romanticize the ramen noodle days?
A mas. A mat.
What?
A mo. A mas. A mat.
A Latin lesson?
What does it mean?
The conjugation of love?
Right. A mat means love. It is the root of the word amateur. It literally means to do what you love. The hell with being professional. You can call me an amateur anytime. Do you even remember the passion that we had when we didn't have to worry about the bottom line? Do you remember what it feels like to worry about if you would even make it? Do you even remember to worry about if you thought you were making a difference? You know, there are times when I think we look down on the word amateur.
I am envious. All those young, energetic kids, fresh-faced and overconfident. Do you think we could get some of that back?
I do.
My Othello.
My Hamlet.